tonight, and it comes with a question: how to get people in your business and they don't know they're in it. How do you do that? And for those of you that don't know me, I've been involved in network marketing for 40 years. I share a lot of what I've learned on in my journey on these live calls. I started in this business totally broke. Sold a junk truck to get started. I had no money. Put $200 into my business. In the last 27, almost 28 years now, I've been full-time in network marketing. If that makes sense, you're interested in something like that, keep listening. So, been a busy, crazy day today. I actually went out. I haven't been out in town in a while. At least, I guess it's been 8 days. So, going out and just getting out was a good thing, but had to stop at Chick-fil-A today, so I did. I did a Facebook story while I was in the window. I thought, why not, you know? Georgia in New York City, good to see you. Marvin, how are you? Good to see you in the Philippines. So here's the thing. How do you like my title, by the way? How to get people in your business and they don't know they're in your business. How do you do that? Well, I'm just going to tell you. The only thing I can do is share what I've experienced in my lifetime of network marketing of over 40 years now. And that's all I can do is just share that. And experiences I've gone through and what I've learned from those experiences. And I'll promise you, Angie in Michigan, nice to see you. I promise you, a lot of it wasn't intentional. A lot of it wasn't part of strategy. Like, I'm so brilliant, I thought of this. It was the pressure of the moment, and this is what happened. And, you know, it's like what Tony Robbins always said. He said, we do things out of inspiration or desperation. I would say most of it comes out of desperation, not knowing what to do, and you're in the moment, and then what you learn from that. Those kind of things that we go through in life can really create a lot of lessons and make you a sharper leader. And so, So let me paint you a picture, okay? And I'm going to go back to the year 1994. At that time, in network marketing was very driven by meetings. Meeting venues were very important because we didn't have Zoom, we didn't have Facebook, we didn't have social media. We didn't have all those things back then. How you doing, Morgan? Josh, good to see you. We didn't have these things. So if you were going to build a team, you had to go somewhere and get people together, right? That's the only way it's going to happen. And so back then, I can remember when I went full time, I can remember quitting my job, and then I had this blown up version of the compensation plan that I took with me. I wanted to be totally organized because I was going to do a road trip. And that's exactly what I did. And so I had a small car. Does anybody ever remember the Chrysler Omni? You know, I mean, it was such a small car. Had a big back window, though, big back window, but a small car. So I put the compensation plan there, and then when I'm driving down the interstate, heading toward Ohio, and I lived in Alabama at the time, everybody on the interstate's reading my compensation plan. I get to the Canadian border, by the way, and you know, they want to know what's your business in their country, right? So I'm going through the immigration line there, and the guy looks at me and said, what is that in your window? I said, that's a compensation plan. He says, pull over. So I pulled over. He said, get all your things out of the car. I want to see, and I want you to come in my office and tell me what that is. So I go into his office, and I set the compensation plan next to his desk, braced by the wall. And I said, you really want me to explain that? And he said, yes. And I said, okay. So here's what you do. It costs you $35 to get a starter kit and join our company. Now you are a distributor. You can make money different ways. And blah, 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 blah. And then I went through, now here's where you start. This is the first position. Now to get to the next position, this is what you got to do. To get to that next position, this is what you got to do. Finally, I got to the very top. I said, look at you. Now you're at the top. You're at the final position. Now my only question to you right now is, are you ready to get started? And he said, get out of here. Get that stuff, go. It was like, welcome to Canada, right? And then, and so I went to Montreal. Of course, all the road signs are in French. They didn't tell me that. Hey, I'm from Tennessee, okay? I don't read French. And I called the leader up. I said, just give me the exit number. I can read numbers, you know, because I got to meet him and go to the hotel and do a meeting, right? And so I pull off at that exit, and I'm just, you know, there's some trees there, so I'm jumping out of my clothes into a suit, right? Getting ready, just getting ready. And so, and that was, you know, so that was an interesting experience. But what happened was, after going there to Nova Scotia, then Prince Edward Island, then I made my way down into New England, and I went to Maine, and I spent weeks in Maine, weeks, working with one of the leaders, and every night she had me going somewhere else. Now, she was going somewhere else too, because she had her meetings that she was doing. So she had me lined up. Now, I never worked in Maine. I've never been around Mainers. And she did tell me they were different, whatever that means. So going back to the theme of this video, how to get people in your business and they don't know you're in your business, right? Was a lesson that I was going to learn in going to Maine. So I remember one night she says, okay, I'm following my schedule and I'm there for weeks. And so one night I was scheduled to be with an interesting woman by the name of Martha Bankston. How you doing, Mindy? Nice to see you. Martha Bankston. Very brilliant woman. But anyway, so I was to meet her at a wooden schoolhouse out in the middle of moose country in Maine. Okay. So I pull up. This thing's over 100 years old, right? This is where we're going to do our meeting. Okay. So I go in there, and it's a cold October night. And there she is. She's working on the table. She put a cloth over it, setting up the products and things like that. And I said, nice to see you, Martha. And she says, well, go ahead and set up 35 chairs. And I said, really? She said, yes. And I thought, there's nobody going to show at this meeting. We might see a moose, but we are not going to see human beings. So I go and start setting up the chairs, thinking this is a waste of time. Okay, setting up chairs. Okay, fine. Then all of a sudden, comes 7 o'clock, all I hear is boom, 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 car doors slam. Next thing I know, the room is filling up very fast, and I've got to set out more chairs. I said, wow, this is a mind blower. Now, I had set the compensation plan, you know, the blown up one everybody was reading when I was going down the interstate toward Ohio. I'd set it up on an easel next to the table where she had the products. And of course, she did a masterful job explaining those health products. Incredible. You know, you could see the people nodding, things like that, right? But as I was observing the people, I was thinking, these aren't MLMers. These aren't networkers. Oh my gosh. What have I got myself into here? I mean, they're not like where I come from. You know, where I come from, people are just a little crazy, and then, you know what I'm saying? They're just totally open to ideas. And I said, but these people look so freaking conservative. I said, man, am I in trouble? And I thought, how am I going to explain that compensation plan and teach them how to make money? How do I get them in the business? And so then, as soon as I was finishing those thoughts, she finally finished and said, well, now I hope you enjoyed that product presentation. And now I'm going to introduce Jeff and bring him up here, who's originally from Tennessee. And so I go walking up there scared to death. Because these aren't MLMers. These aren't networkers. These are totally different. Well, it's like what they told me before I came. Now, people up here are different. Whatever that means. So then I walk up and I pick up the compensation plan. It's on the easel and I throw it behind the table. I thought, I'm going to get this thing right. Get it out of the way because I think it's scaring people. And I said to everybody, I said, how many of you tonight enjoyed Martha's presentation? Now, I learned a long time ago, if you want to get people on board with you, get some physiology, especially because they've been sitting too. Get them moving, get their bodies moving some way, somehow. And then get them agreeing in the direction you want them to go, right? So, how many enjoyed Martha's presentation? Hands went up. I said, I thought she did an excellent job. I totally agree with you. Now, let me ask you this. How many of you out here tonight would want to use these products to improve your health? Well, the hands went up. It's good. Got to keep the hands going, right? I want to get them in my business, and they don't even know they're in my business. But I promise you this. I'm thinking this as I go. I'm probably more feeling this as I go because I have no clue what I'm going to say next. I'm just following the flow. And then I said, let me ask you this question. How many of you would like to save money, not pay retail, but save money on products like this and pay wholesale? How many of you would like to do that? Hands went back up. Then I said to them, excellent, excellent. Me too. I'm just like you. Now here's how we do this. I said, how many of you have ever belonged to a record club? Now, for those of you on this call right now, you're like, Jeff, a record club? What's that? Yes, a long time ago, we had this thing called record clubs where you could just pay a little money and then they would ship you, you know, like 10 albums. Later, it was 10 CDs. It changed, you know. Now, I know that's ancient stuff, and maybe you can read about it in history books later on, but we did have those. And I said to him, so, how many of you ever been in a record club? How many of you ever been in a club like, you know, like Sam's Club? Now, why did you join Sam? You joined Sam because you wanted to what? Save money. Save money. So here's what I want you to do. Be like me. Save money. Just take a membership with the company. Save money. And let me ask you this question. How many of you out here tonight would like to get your products for free? To get them for free. How many? Hands went back up. They went back up. And you're probably wondering, how can I get products for free? Well, here's how you do it. Let me ask you this. Are there people that you care about? You know, like your children, your family, your friends you went to school with, people like that, maybe people that you work with. I mean, you just love them. You want to keep them with you as long as you can. You just love them. And the only way you're going to do that is if they have good health, right? Introduce these products to them so they too can be healthy. And when they purchase these products, the company is going to pay you a commission every time they do. And that's going to equal out very quickly what you're paying out for yours. And you're getting your products for free. Does that make sense? And I saw people nod. I said, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, no, they're doing like that. Yeah, that makes. I said, well, I'll tell you what. How we get it all started is taking that membership tonight, and the applications are in the back on that table. Let's go fill them out tonight. Thank you so much for coming. And that was it. That was it. I didn't talk to them about the compensation plan. I didn't talk to them about the mansion on the hill, the Ferrari in the driveway. I didn't give them any kind of ideas like that they were going to make millions of dollars in network marketing or anything like that. What I wanted to do was get them in the business without even knowing they were in the business. Because the fact of the matter is, most people, they come into this with zero experience and zero expectations. The only thing I want to do is get them started and get them started. And that night, I learned a lesson. Because again, my intention was when I went in there, I was going to dazzle them by teaching them the power of the compensation plan and how they can make a gazillion dollars. And what I found was these people are different. And I thought, you're not going in with that presentation. You're going to try to save this meeting. You're going to try to not wreck what that woman was doing. And you want to make sure that whatever you do, it gets them to sign up tonight. And the interesting thing was, we had 100% sign up. Everybody signed up that night. Every single person signed up that night. They didn't know anything about the compensation plan. They didn't know anything about network marketing because I wasn't going to tell them anything about it. I was going to get them in my business without them realizing that they were in a business. But the way I was teaching them how to do that, without them knowing I was teaching them how to do that, was by saving money. The money that they are spending out. Yes, I wanted to teach them how to break even. In other words, how to be healthy and it doesn't cost you a thing. Just by introducing it to who? Introducing it to people that you love, people that you want around you for as long as you can have them. Of course, those would be the first people we would go to. And then once they start getting those small checks, they're spending out maybe $100 of their own on just for their own personal use on their products. Next thing you know, they're getting $200. Their products are paid for, and now they got an extra $100. Then they're thinking, wow, I only introduced that to a few people. How did I make that $100? How did I make that? Well, I don't know how I made it. I don't remember everything that guy from Tennessee said. Matter of fact, I don't remember him saying anything about it. But I know this, if I do it again, that is, go introduce it to a few more, it'll probably double what I'm making now. And I got them in my business, and they didn't know they were coming in my business. Now, I'm going to tell you through my experiences of life, that's how I've learned how to really sell it without selling it. And even people today, we have, I hear these objections sometimes. I've had some people say, oh yeah, but that network marketing where you got to go get friends, family, neighbors in your business, that's not for me. How do you handle that? That's a different person, right? It's a different state. Maybe it's Colorado where Eden is. How you doing, Eden? Yeah, that network marketing, that's where you go get friends, family, neighbors, I don't like that. How do you handle that? I'll tell you again, I never know until I'm in the moment. Then it just boom, and sometimes that's just what you got to do, friends. If you're waiting for the perfect answers, the perfect comebacks, it just doesn't seem to come. But here's, I can remember telling a man one time when he said that to me, I said, you know what? I totally agree with you. I don't do that either. You know what? That's one thing I love about network marketing is you don't have to get friends, family, neighbors. I mean, I know some people have done that, it's okay, but it's not the way I did it. Can I tell you the way I did it? Yeah. Well, we have an online system. All you got to do is pay a little money in advertising, and the system takes care of it. When you're off at work or you're off golfing and things like that, people are seeing your presentation. Yes, yours. It's a video. It's yours. And next thing you know, when you look at your phone, you got these messages. People want to talk to you. They're interested in joining your business. That's what I love about it, is the system does the work. And it just simply looks for people that are ready for your product, people that are ready for your business. What do you think about that? And then I can take it further. I can say, a side gig or having a second stream of income, myself, I found that was a good thing because I didn't seem to have enough money to invest in other opportunities. I don't know about you, but I just wanted to be able to invest into solid investments and grow an income, have money to do that, to invest in those things so that when it came time to retire, I retire in style. Are you open to that? Again, you don't have to go after friends, family, and neighbors, and I'll be glad to show you the system. You know what I found is that when people come in that way, because there is a certain protocol of psychology that you have to meet, and most don't meet it. A certain protocol psychology that you have to meet. That is, we do not go after friends, family, and neighbors. We will never ask them to buy things just so we can make an income. Okay, I get it. Okay. What I found is that when I've explained it that way and they join, you know what they do? Even though they got a system where they don't have to go talk to friends, family, or their neighbors, you know what they do? They go right to their friends, family, and their neighbors, and they tell them, hey, I got into this opportunity, this company, and they have a system. I want you to get involved. What? You just said you didn't want to do that and you're doing that. Because of the protocol. And that is, they've got to see that you have a system. It's a funny business, isn't it? It's really funny. Let me give you another example. You might have heard this in the past. Again, this is another situation. I remember, and this was maybe 2 years ago, I flew up to Maine and I was doing a meeting in Maine. Yes, doing a meeting. People are different there. So after the meeting, I went to the lounge and I sat right at the bar to watch a ball game. And there were some corporate guys there from different companies. These are men that live in different parts of the United States and they go up there and do business. So during the commercial, then they start, we start talking about, they start, just talking. I said, well, what do you do? And then so each one started telling me what they did. One says, well, I've been coming up here for years and all that, and I travel and all that, blah, blah. Another guy said, well, my son's got a ball game going on, couldn't be there to see him, wished I could have, but yeah, I come up here a lot myself too. And then finally came around to me, what do you do? Again, how do you get people in your business and they don't know you're in your business? So I said, well, it's like this. there was a product that I was introduced to and I liked it, saw the benefits of it. And then I found out I could take a membership and with them and get it much cheaper at wholesale instead of paying retail. It made sense to me. Then they told me that if I introduce it to anyone, when those people order, I'll get paid on their orders. I said, okay. And they said, and if they introduce it to anyone, I'll get paid on their orders too, no matter how many people that becomes. And you know what? For the last 21 years, I've never needed a job. I've been living off residual income. And they just looked at me shocked. All of them. They looked at me shocked. And I remember they said, well, I want to do that. I want to have that. And another guy says, well, how do I find you? How do I reach you? Do you have a business card? I said, no. You don't have a business card, but you've been in business those years and never needed a job and residual income. And I said, yep. I said, if I gave you a business card, you'd either lose it or throw it away. But I tell you what, I'm in Facebook. Are you in Facebook? Well, yeah, they're all in Facebook. I said, let's add one another. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a link on Facebook Messenger. And we'll get to know one another, and I'm sure you'll love what I do. I'd love to teach it to you. How do you get people in your business and they don't know that they're in your business? You see what I'm saying? I didn't talk to them about network marketing. I didn't say the name of my company. I didn't even say what my product was. I didn't explain a compensation plan. I didn't do any of that. What I described to them was what results from what we do. Why do people buy things? You know, if you want to buy, for example, a luxury car, do you really care what's under the hood? Now, of course, you guys do. Okay, let me talk to the women, okay? Ladies, do you really care what's under the hood? Why is it you want that car? Because of the way it makes you feel, the self-esteem it gives you, maybe status. It's the feeling that you want. It's true for anything you buy. If it's a dress, if it's a bag. You know, I've done that for my wife many times. I go into a Louis Vuitton store, $5,000 for a bag. All right. See, why am I doing that? Is it because I'm really into the bag? No, I'm not into the bag. I'm thinking, man, people buy $5,000 for a bag? Now, who does that? Why? Okay, so it will be the joy it will bring her when I give it to her. She'll be totally surprised. It'll be the feeling that she has when she gets around other people and they see that bag and recognize its value. See, it's feelings. It's feelings, friends. And most networkers, they just get it wrong. They just want to, they sell it wrong. The language they use is wrong. The psychology is all wrong. And it can be so easy. It can be so easy to get people in your business and they don't even know they're in your business in the beginning. And then once they get a taste of it, they start tasting that. They enjoy your product, number one. Number two, now they have some income coming in. I mean, I have seen multimillionaires get so pumped about a $100 check. Their first one they ever got from a net. They're more pumped about that than the millions they have in the bank. It's really true. So I hope you got some value out of this tonight. And work on that psychology, okay? Work on the psychology. People they overthink it and they make this harder than it has to be. And I've had nothing but fun with it. But I'll have to say, like I said in that meeting, I was scared to death. Because here I was talking to people and they were these people are different. Anyway, I hope all of you guys have a good evening. Now, so So tomorrow night I won't be doing a live, but Friday I will, and that'll be questions. So, hit me with stuff. Get my brain thinking, okay? Anything you want to talk about. Stay safe wherever you are in this world, okay? And, just stay safe, you and your family. I'm not going to give you any coronavirus advice, okay? You get hit with that all the time, okay? You know what to do, okay? Just stay safe. Mindy, nice seeing you. All of you, nice seeing you. And Eden from Colorado. Now, she's different. She's different. All of you guys, have a wonderful evening. I'll talk to you soon.